wisdom flows so sweet. Taste and see.
Transmit.
Initiate salutational signal.
Receive.
Initiate Kabbalah frequency.
Download.
Initiate the Agartha broadcast.
Answer the call.
Initiate the Vitae Perpetua protocol.
Witness.
Agnitio. Do you recognize that name, sweetling? You can find it carved in stone near the fallen king in Shanty Camelot. One among many names. Secrets you can stumble on if you're not careful walking through Eldwick Park. All these names are remembered and revered, but only a few echo still in the halls of power. One of these is Agnitio, founded by two secret worlders a decade ago. Initiate flashback sequence. Long before the fog fell over Solomon Island like a purse seine, a squad of soldiers moved unseen,
by human eyes at least,
on what they thought was a top-secret mission. Oh, children wandering in the dark, what did they know of secrets? The commanding officer, James Wadrith Veda, knew his men could handle anything.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
But what could have prepared them for the horrors long planted in that dark soil, sweetling? When a scarecrow twitched and tore itself free from its post, the soldiers' training took over, and they drowned it in lead rain. But when Jack O'Lantern pulled himself out of the ground and laughed, sanities snapped like firing pins.
It ain't no man.
When Jack sprang away, Theta ordered pursuit, intent on killing the thing, even though their bullets had done nothing to it. Its existence was an affront. Despite motivation and madness, Theta's men were dead all too soon, blasted by magic or torn into ticker tape viscera. The commander himself stood ready to die by those same sharp claws or twisted energies.
Come on. Do it! Do it!
But instead of death came something worse. Change. Jack chuckled before slipping back into the dark earth. Wadrith was unhurt, but not untouched. His head had swollen and become ungainly. His fingers found his face, but it wasn't his face anymore. The creature had cursed Wadrith with its own carved visage.
God damn you, God damn you!
And the immortality to enjoy it. With this realization, Wadrith went beyond sanity into perfect clarity. He would not let Jack win. This curse would be made to serve some great purpose. And when Wadrith met Chihaya and created Agnitio, it did. Initiate flashback sequence. Behold the child. See how at just 9 years old she has mastered karate, the dance of fists and feet, moving through kata like a dragon through air. Chihaya is her sensei's pride and heart, although the woman hides pain behind her eyes as she regards her star pupil. A secret splits the sensei's tongue. Behold the woman 9 years later. Chihaya is Senpai with her own students, Sensei watching with undisguised admiration. But sometimes the old teacher wishes Chihaya wasn't quite so luminary. After all, stars can be devoured. One day, a man comes to watch the lesson, but he is not a parent or prospective student. He watches Chihaya, smiles and nods, and makes calls on his cell phone. Chihaya does not trust this man, sensing some wickedness in him. The sensei says not to worry, she will handle everything. The man goes into the office. There is shouting, and then a scream. Sensei lay in a spiraling pool of blood. The man standing over her says,
"A deal's a deal."
With a quick jab of her fingers, Chihaya shatters the hyoid bone in his throat and leaves him to suffocate as she rushes to her sensei. There is nothing to be done. "Oh, sweetling, how easily broken you are." The dying woman explains that she was coerced by a group called the Dragon to train Chihaya to be one of their agents in some secret, ancient war. But Chihaya shattered those plans as easily as she had taken the man's life. Holding her dying sensei, she swore to find out what she could about this hidden conflict and then fight the war on her own terms.
復讐とは決してまっすぐな道ではない。
A few months later, Chihaya became a boken in the hand of Mr. Punch. But she entered the fray on her own terms. She was no pawn. She would make her own destiny. And when she met Wadrith and formed Agnitio with him, she did. Initiate the now. Who or what is he hiding from? This man in camouflage. Wolfspider must know that green does not conceal him against the golden circuit bark of Agartha. Still, he stands. Still, he watches. Still, he salutes all who come near, Dragon, Templar, or fellow Illuminati. After all,
today is a good day to die.
And die again. He has fought and died many times, only to be led back to the battlefield by our buzzing dance. He remembers laying on the hungry sands of Egypt, body torn by giant locusts, bleeding out. A dragon on the same mission felt merciful and poured healing energies into his shredded body. Other times, he has fought side by side with Templars against the darkest of foes. Wolfspider began to realize that the other factions might not be as wicked as what Giri and others had taught him. After being recruited by Wadrith and Chihaya, Agnitio showed him that cooperation among the factions was possible, and even preferable. Except for the Phoenicians. Wolfspider still thinks they should all die in napalm fire.
Smells like victory.
Initiate the call. Dark days are coming, sweetling, but for some, they are already here. Many cry out in the streets of shattered cities, and more from cold hospital beds. The zero-point pathogen is not the only sorrow in this world. War and plague have thrived in its writhing shadow from the very start. The many members of Agnitio help, however they can, to be a balm for the world's stings. This is their call: to teach, to heal, to fight, over and over until the end and beyond. For 10 years, Agnitio has answered the call. Will you, Sweetling?
Please consider subscribing on YouTube and following us on Twitter. It's free. Also consider buying us a coffee or becoming a Patreon patron. It's not free. All links are on our channel page. Thank you.